Hi. All right. So, for those of you that are wondering how it is that I do what I do, there's a lot that I do. But I'm really, really, really excited this morning because more than ever in my entire life, I am stepping into my power. And it is so delicious that I'm going to share with all of you the recipe of what I use on a daily basis to do this. So if you're there, just say hello, send an emoji, all right? So I'm going to share with you literally how I rap to myself every morning, how I pray, how I meditate, and what is said in between that conversation. Because here's the thing. We can have so many amazing conversations, right, that are life-changing. But I have found and I've sensed for the longest that the most important conversation that we ever have is with Source, is with a higher power. Some people call it God, some people call it Buddha, Allah, whatever it is that you call it, but something that is bigger than us, right? And what I do is I speak into existence what it is that I desire, what I want, down to the T. I would like a chai latte that tastes incredible. It has vanilla in it, it has lavender, it has all kinds of stuff, and you want it to be that specific. So I'm going to go ahead and share the most important topics or categories that we want to use. So if y'all are there, feel free to say hi, send a little emoji, just wave, say, hey Z, I'm here, go ahead and comment. If you have questions, feel free to ask and I will get to them. So here we go. So if you have something to write this down with or you're taking notes, take notes. All right, so the first thing is gratitude. I've had this practice for probably about, over like 5 years consistently, and it's the consistency that actually makes it work. So I keep track of what day it is of the year. So like today is day 135 of the year. And I know because every day I write down one thing I'm grateful for. One thing, it could be the smallest thing, it could be the biggest thing. But if you're grateful, chances are that Source is going to bless you with a lot more. And the opposite of envy, the opposite of willing and desire for what somebody else has, is the complete opposite of gratitude. And what I've learned is any single time that a feeling or vibe comes into me, something is literally trying to snatch my soul and say, why is that happening for them versus me? I have to redirect myself and I have to check myself and know for a fact that abundance is coming for me. And that's gratitude. And being grateful for what I have versus what I think I want or what I think is for me when it's not. There's absolutely nothing that I don't need that I don't already have. The real magic, the next level, is understanding what is it that you want. It's the clarity piece, right? So that's the first category. So write this down, everybody. It's gratitude. Second category is asking. It's literally asking the universe for what it is that you want with clarity, with intention, with purpose, and knowing that you're asking for the greater good. It's not just for yourself, right? All right, category number 3. And if you're in there, y'all, just say, hey, Z. Go ahead and text it in the box. Be like, hey, Z. Okay, so I know you're there. Gratitude. Ask. Number 3. Visualize. Oh, this is so delicious when you visualize what it is that you want and you blueprint it, right? So it's funny, but you know, us girls, what we like to do is like, okay, I'm looking for a red dress. I'm looking for like a sleigh for my birthday dress. This is what I'm looking for, right? But the funny thing is that we don't do that in areas of our lives that really matter, that you just kill it and you're like, damn, how did you get so specific with what you wanted? I recently had an amazing life-changing conversation with a woman that happens to be one of my neighbors. And she said to me that she literally manifested her husband. And she manifested her husband in like 3 months. And I was like, girl, how'd you do that? Like, tell me the sauce. And she said, I had to go through so many shitty experiences with men for me to learn exactly what I did want. And it blew my mind because she was right. So what she did one day she went over to her girlfriend's house and she just literally wrote out every single shitty experience she ever had with a man. And on the opposite end of this document, she wrote what the complete opposite of that was. So she gave me an example of like, he never showed up to her important stuff, her important events. And the opposite of that is a hell of supportive partner that says, what's going on in your life? How can I show up for you? Fire, life-changing. And this is what I think we don't spend enough time on, me included, getting clear AF about what we want, right? So if you're there, go ahead and comment in the box. Be like, hey, Z, right? All right, so those of you that are joining, we have health, we have love, right? We have joy, we have success, we have prosperity, we have abundance, we have miracles, and feeling good, the actual feeling of it. So all of these feelings go into the categories of what we need to get clarity with. What are we grateful for? What are we asking for? What are we visualizing, right? What are we blueprinting? What are we open to receive? So let's talk about this one. So receiving is actually number 4 of the mix, right? And here's what matters. I've had to learn this one the hard way, and I'm still working through it, which is receiving. Being open to receive whatever it is that the universe wants to motherfucking bless you with, right? It's so hard to receive because many of us are the givers. Many of us are like, yo, I'm here to help, I'm here to support, I'm here to serve, which is sus. It's amazing. But you know what's even more amazing than that? The actual fact that we also receive. We receive whatever it is that we're open to, that we know that we deserve, that we know that we are here to experience. It is the most delicious thing ever. I've been practicing this for the past let's say 40 days, and it's nothing but abundance. Literally, I think of something and it literally just pops up. I'll give you guys an example. Today, it's pretty cloudy where I'm at, and that makes me sad because I like sunny days and I love being where it's just sunny. That's crazy, Oscar, that you just said that. Yes, I literally manifested today that I'm gonna have 4 to 5 shoots before I leave LA. It's crazy. This is just literally what I'm manifesting, and they're going to be so amazing that it empowers other women. And they're like, damn, what is she drinking? What does she have for lunch? What is this girl cleaning her face with? That she's fucking shining. She literally is light walking. And I just manifest these things. Literally, I say it into existence and I'm like, yes, this is what we're going to do. And this morning, literally, what happens? I had an amazing girlfriend of mine hit me up and be like, yo, Z, I'm going to go see you today and I'm going to bring my camera. What? How amazing is this? This is literally how I manifest. And this is what I'm teaching y'all, that you can do the same. You can literally just be open to receive. And this is what comes. This is what downloads. You were born into abundance. This is no lie. I know people throw this around like they throw around sugar and water, but nah, this is some real stuff. And I'm telling you this, I am the most strategic, logical, if it doesn't add up to 4, 2 plus 2, it doesn't exist. If you were to tell me probably a few years ago that unicorns don't exist, I've never seen one, I've never felt one, I'd be like, yeah, word, you're right. But you know what? Now I'm realizing it starts here. You have to think about it first, you have to feel about it first, and then it literally just manifests. It comes. And manifestation, in other words, is creating. And any single thing I have ever created in my life took so much intention and desire, but clarity. Clarity, I think, is the biggest power I will ever have. Yeah. So if y'all are just joining, once again, we're going over how to activate the law of attraction. This is literally what is going to help you through any single thing that you are looking to do, you are looking to succeed in, anything you want to grow. What you think about grows, and what you focus on grows. And most importantly, what you have clarity about grows. So here we go. Aside from gratitude, asking, visualizing, and receiving, you gotta motherfucking let it go, okay? And here is what's very exciting about this, about letting go. This lesson was not so easy, and I'm still learning. I'm still learning to let go of a lot of stuff. To be very transparent and real with y'all, I've sold about 80% of all my materialistic things that I have ever owned. It wasn't much, but it wasn't little. It was a lot, right? And I noticed that it was taking up space in my life that I needed to free up for other things. And until I realized that, I wasn't ready to let go. But here's my biggest teacher. I lost my father last August. And this very day last year was the first day I spent with him a whole week in the hospital. And I was terrified. I was terrified because I knew to the depths of my soul that my dad was going to die. I knew it. It wasn't a if. It wasn't if he gets better. It wasn't a, well, let me sit around and wait. It was such a deep knowing that I had inside me that I had absolutely nothing to do but to face it and look at it and be like, yo, Z, your life is about to change. Your dad's about to die. How soon or how late is not up to you, but get ready. It was literally like I jumped on this roller coaster that I didn't even know I signed up for. I didn't even know I was in line, got on the ride, and it just happened. And the biggest lesson my father taught me in my entire life or my entire existence is how to let go. My daddy taught me that lesson. And it took me such deep, deep pain and hurt and exploration and grief and just digging into my inner being to understand that I wouldn't find peace, joy, and happiness if I didn't accept that he is no longer physically in my life. That is the epitome of letting go. Deeply, utterly craving and yearning for something and knowing that it ain't meant to be that way, and you let it go. It is the most beautiful, pure relationship you can have with Source, God, Buddha, Allah. It's acceptance. This is church, y'all. I'm telling you, if you're just joining, like, go tell your friends. Be like, yo, come through, right? Come through. So let's go ahead and continue. The other one is intuition. All right. So once again, if you're just joining, Activate the Law of Attraction has 7 categories. And this is what I go through every morning. And I literally read it and I go through it and what reflects for me and what comes up for me. Right. So Sunday service come through. Exactly. So that's letting go, right? Letting go is so important and so powerful that I'm like, that one hurt, but that was a good lesson. Such a good lesson. And you know, it's funny, but I've always known my entire life that my father was hands down like one of the most important teachers. And I had to correct myself right now because I was going to say one of my best teachers, but one of my best teachers thus far. There's other things and other people and other experiences that are going to teach me tons, like my future kids or my future partner or my future businesses or my future clients and women and just so many people that are going to impact my life. And you know, for the longest, I thought it was the other way around. But nah, it's not like that. It's how are other people going to impact your life, and in between, what do you do about that, right? All right. Let's go into intuition. This one's really important. So this one is something that I have struggled with so much. It's a battle. It's funny. It's that funny. So intuition. I feel like everybody and their mom has this naturally from birth, but not everybody is willing to acknowledge it. Not everybody's willing to do what your intuition tells you to do because it's inconvenient or uncomfortable. Point taken. So intuition, according to the best explanation or whatnot, right? I'm just read you one, is listening to the intuitive feelings and messages that you receive. And then what needs to be added there is who is the transmitter? Like who are you receiving this from? Where is the download coming from? And for me, I think it's Source. So my intuition speaks to me the most clearest when I am meditating, when I am praying, when I am in a sound bath, when I am doing breath work, or I am in a deprivation tank, which is also known as floating. Best experiences of my life. My intuition has literally screamed at me. And it's kind of like the saying of the Native Americans, right? So the Navajos actually say that if you don't listen to the whispers, they're going to become screams sooner or later. And I was like, ugh. First time I heard that, I was like, damn, that's my intuition. So when I have ignored my intuition, when I have said, take a break, take two, we're good, it comes back even stronger and it screams to me later. And I'm like, damn it. Why? Why? Like, why are we doing this? This doesn't make sense. And it's kind of like also when I pray or when God talks to me, because we have good talks, like we good. And when I talk with God, God gives me an assignment. He gives me, or he, she, they, them, whatever it is you want to call it. God gives me a task. And God says to me, Z, you need to do X thing, right? And some days I'm tired. I'm exhausted emotionally and spiritually. There's just so much on my plate. And I'm like, you know what, God? Like, not today. Like, I'm not down to listen today. Like, this ain't the one, not today. And God laughs at me and says, okay, girl, just wait. I'm going to give you double tomorrow. And it happens like that. It literally happens where God says, don't listen to me. Don't listen to intuition. Don't listen to the gifts I am gifting you. I'm going to have you learn your lesson times 2, double, right? It's kind of like when you don't work out for a while and then you go in and you're like, ugh, like this hurts, because then you got to get back to baseline, right? It's the very same thing spiritually, emotionally, cognitively. It's all of it. It all goes home together, right? So if y'all are just joining, go ahead and comment and be like, hey, Z, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and comment here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. There we go. That way I can see who's joining. All right, so that's a little bit about intuition. And there's so much more we could talk about for intuition and knowing. That's literally what it is. Intuition is this inner sense of being. It's this, I don't know what this is yet, but I know this is something, but I don't know what to do with it. And I think that's where a lot of us misread or a lot of us ignore it. And we should not ignore our intuition. It is actually the best judger of any situation, any person, any idea, any move we want to make, right? Intuition. So, last but not least, the most beautiful and important one out of these 7 when you want to activate the law of attraction and just manifest things into your life is create. There are 2 universal laws. That's it. Nothing else exists. Every other thing you've ever heard is a lie. Here it goes. The 2 universal laws. I am, I create. That's it. That's it. I am, I create. Amen. Done. Period. It's so beautiful. When you understand this, and I'm still trying to understand it. There's days where I need to wake up, fix my crown, and be like, hold up. Wait a minute. You are a queen. Did you forget? And yeah, a lot of times I forget. It's insane. And so do my keens. My keens forget too. And they're just like, wait, hold up. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing these low-level human things? Why do I feel envy? Why do I feel regret? Why do I feel alone? That's everything that is trying to take you from this abundance that you are 100% entitled to. You know, for the longest, I didn't like the word entitled, but we can use it in a sense that it empowers you. It is powerful. All right. So going back to the 2 universal laws, I am, I create. Yes. So when you create, that is the most powerful thing. And here's why I think I have this hunch. I have this gut feeling that Source is actually a woman. I think Source is a woman. Here's why. Because it creates. There has to be a reason why Source gave a woman power to create life. We are motherfucking life. That's just what it is. And the moment you realize this, the moment that it hits you, you're like, damn, that is power. You can create life. That's energy. Energy creates life. It creates light. Check this. This is what hits me the other day, and these are the type of thoughts I have that I'm like, damn, where is this coming from? My first language actually isn't English. Mi primer lenguaje es español. I didn't learn English until I was like 5-ish, right? But check this out. In Spanish, when a woman is about to give birth, we say que va a dar luz. The woman is about to give light. I mean, isn't that a clue, if not any? We give light into this world. How amazing is that? So women intuitively and naturally have more of a connected vibe with creating. Men, I believe, have such a beautiful gift that they are the container for this. They create a container for women to create life, to create beauty, to create connection, to create empathy, to create whatever it is that is needed, right? I don't think the world could exist without women. I just don't. I don't even think that's the case in the spiritual world. I don't know. I guess I will find out one day, right? So, create. Now you are creating. You are open to receive, aligned with the universe, letting your intuition guide you. See and feel the energy of yourself creating. Damn, this is so good. This is so beautiful. And this is literally what I use to activate the law of attraction. Yeah? This is a set of powerful tools that activate the subconscious mind to automatically create whatever it is that you want and desire in your life. You will manifest your truest desires. This is church. It's funny. I love going to church. I love going to church, but I've been trying out different churches lately, and I'm going to share this. I read that the Native American individuals, to go to church, they go outside, they go to nature, and they talk with Source. And in the Western world here, we go inside a building to talk with Source. I don't think either is right or wrong, but I'm trying them all out to see what works. And I got to tell you, here's the irony, here's the part that's coming to me. None of them are wrong. I think wherever you go, there you are. And I also think that as people move around and people roam and people try and figure themselves out, there is a part of us that is coming home to ourselves, and there is a part of us that is running from ourselves, dually at the same time. And the balance lies in knowing when and where. They say that the one who wins is the wolf you feed, right? Which mindset you're going to feed, and that's literally entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship, for me at least, the best way I could explain it has been the following. Entrepreneurship is running straight into oncoming traffic on a daily basis, knowing that it's hella dangerous, it don't make no sense. Some days you're like, how the hell am I going to do this? But you're still down. You're so into it and you are so 100% determined to make it work, and you bet on yourself. You bet on you, and you know that no matter what it is that you do, it's going to work out. That is entrepreneurship. So you're headed straight into oncoming traffic. And here's the beauty of this that I have learned. It gets even more powerful and more beautiful when you look to the side of you, right? And I've said this on my podcast, and if you haven't listened to it, yo, you're late. Go listen. Go ear hustle if you're ear hungry, to learn, to connect, to go inside a mind of me, other people, guests I've had, to understand that it doesn't take one person, it takes a village. So you look to the side of you on the freeway as an entrepreneur, and you look at them and you're like, damn, they're doing the same thing as me with just as much courage and valor to get back into the ring, even when they got their ass kicked. That's entrepreneurship. And when you find your tribe, when you find your community, you smile, you look over and you're like, bro, like, this is crazy, right? You're going to do this too? And they go, yeah, I'm going to do this too. It's beautiful. And that's literally what I have found that exists out in the world. And it's so great and amazing when we can connect with other entrepreneurs, other people that have the same mindset, other people that would say, heck yeah, like I also want to do that. I want to go ahead and create something, and it's a unicorn. I don't know what it looks like yet. I don't know what this is bringing. I don't know what this is yet, but I'm about to give birth. So can you hold space for me? Can you help me and guide me in whatever resources you have? You know, I saw something once and it made so much sense. I remember seeing or hearing or watching an interview with, I think I want to say it was Elon Musk. And he said, you know, I don't get it. We throw baby showers, you know, we throw bridal showers, all kinds of showers, all kinds of celebration or celebratory gatherings with people. But we don't do that when somebody starts a business. I don't get it. And I would agree. I don't understand how when we start a business, we don't all gather and say, what do you need? ¿Qué necesitas? Like, what can I pour back into you? How can I be of service? And how can I best position myself so that you can win? And when you win, we all win, right? And it's such a utopic understanding or idea, but it does exist. I've experienced this myself. And this is part of what I'm giving back into the world. You know, I actively, currently in my life right now, I am searching to pour back into young women. I just am. I remember when I was 20, you know, I was 21, and I really wished for somebody like me now that is 35. I wish for me years back. And it took me this time to pull up and show up for myself. I've been showing up for myself, but how amazing would it be if we had programs, if we had structures, if we had systems, we had a network where women could literally say, hey, listen, here's what I'm thinking. Here's the resources I have. Here's what I don't. Anybody else out here transparently and vulnerable been through this? And by the way, here's everything in the background that people don't know about. I happen to be a single mom. I happen to have lost both my parents. I happen to not be documented in this country. And there's things that people will never share that they have shared with me in confidence, because later they learn and they're like, whoa, Z, you went through that situation? And I'm like, yeah, I've been through a lot. And that's what's built me, baby. That has literally what has inspired me and poured back into me spiritually and poured into the entrepreneurial journey and connection. So let's get into a little bit about what is it that we want. Okay, because there's a difference between wants and needs. So for those of you that are just joining, welcome, good morning, hi. If it's your first time, welcome. And if it's not, welcome back. If we haven't connected yet, feel free to be like, hey Z, shoot me a DM. Just be like, hey, got tons of resources. I want to give it out. I'm manifesting that I want to connect with 5 new people today. 5 new people I haven't met. And if we have met already, if we have done some magic like Oscar's one of my photographers. If you guys go onto my website, you'll see a lot of photos that Oscar's taken. Bomb work. Anyways, shameless plug, Oscar, shameless plug. So let's see here. All right, so when we activate the law of attraction, here's a couple of things that we may or may not want. Everybody's different, right? So check this. We want health. We want love. We want joy. We want success. We want prosperity. We want abundance, miracles, and just feeling good. These are just examples, y'all, okay? Just examples. So the first one here is health. So here is something that you can say in the morning. Once again, take notes, is affirm. I am vibrantly healthy in every way. Physically, emotionally, mentally, and